welcome to Casting It Out with Josie and Kayla. This episode is about New Year's resolutions that we are going to try to stick to and pray that we do.
I think every year I set myself resolutions and I never follow through on any of them. I don't know if I've ever committed enough to a New Year's resolution. I feel like every year I'm always like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done. And then I don't.
I think the other part of it is I think halfway through the year, I changed my fucking mind. I'm like, well, I don't want to do that no more.
Yeah, I get that where you're like, oh, I wanted to do this. But
don't.
Now I don't. This sucks.
Well, maybe that's a good thing that we learned that we didn't enjoy it. So now we can cross it off the list.
Half the battle is just knowing yourself. And I guess that you do kind of learn whether something is important to you or not when you do set that goal. If you say, I don't feel like doing that, or I'm going to do it, I think it matters.
Maybe that's how you like level out or scale how something's important to you.
I really struggle with committing to things that like don't have immediate gratification or short-term gratification.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was going to school and I was taking these courses that were like 5 to 7 weeks long, and I was constantly completing something, and then it ends with a degree at the end, you go, okay, I've been rewarded over and over again to complete all of the things that I need to complete.
Mm-hmm.
Or the same thing happens with like Krav for me. I'll wait until the very last minute to get my classes in because I know that there's a like minimum that I have to meet.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not getting credit for anything past my minimum, I kind of check out on it. But that also, that minimum goal of you have to get this many and you get to test or whatever definitely helps me stay committed to it enough. But I'm not necessarily committed to reaching goals otherwise, unless I've got like a shiny treat in front of me.
Right. And I think that also has something to do with the fact that both of us do that thing where we wait till the last minute to do stuff, but that we always get it done. I think that's the other thing. We know we're capable. Just wait till the very last second to actually do anything about it. And I'm like, why? Why didn't I just spread this out throughout the week? Instead, I got to do it all on Friday.
I feel that in my soul where I'll procrastinate. And like I do it with when I know I'm going to have people over. I'll know that there's people coming from out of town and that we need to get our spare room set up.
Mm-hmm.
And I will wait until the day that they're going to be there. And I will panic clean and organize and set everything up.
Do my best work.
Because that's the only way I know how to do it.
Right. I feel like I do that with almost everything. Like today when you came over, I literally was like, I got to do a ton of laundry. I think I'll do that now while Josie's about to be here. It's currently still in my dryer right now because I'm like, well, I have to do it. Why did I wait? I could have done it on Thursday. Didn't. Here we are.
I've actually been trying really hard to keep things clean so I don't have to panic clean.
Mm-hmm.
But it's touch and go. I think next year I do really want to make the resolution that on a weekly basis I need to get my entire house back in order at least one time during the week, so that way I'm not in this mad dash of, yes, my house is clean, but it's always messy, where there's always a room that is messy. And it's always a mad dash for when I need all of the rooms cleaned to be able to figure it out. And I really want to commit to figuring out how I can best keep everything mostly clean and not messy, where I'm good about keeping up on the things that make it dirty, but I don't do well about keeping it organized. And like I'll do a great job of like my laundry will get done and I'll fold it, but gun to my head, I'm not putting it away.
Yeah, that's later. I could do that one. But then half the time you spend just pulling clothes out of it to wear it until it's all dirty again.
I always get frustrated too because I always feel like I can't find my clothes. And then the once in a while when I actually put my clothes away, I'm like, oh, my life is so easy. And it's a little thing that makes it so much easier. But I always procrastinate and put it off, where I really want 2026 to be the year where I make choices for myself that make me feel better.
Right.
So just like what I said with like making sure that my house is fully cleaned once a week, which for some people that's like, oh, you're not going to clean like until like once a week. And it's like, well, it's better than where I'm at. And I'm really trying to set attainable goals for myself because I feel like I always set these like crazy standards out of the gate for myself, where it's like, you're going to keep your house immaculate all the time. And it's not reasonable for me.
No, I think I learned that. I think I've talked about it on here before, where I'm like, I gotta start doing, which I really want to try harder at doing. I've done a little bit, but not enough. Is doing at least one thing once at night, like every day, where I'm like, oh, I'll just clean this bathroom or just that bathroom, or I'll hit up and I'll just dust. Just one thing, so then by the weekend, it's not all consuming, and I have to get it all done. Like right now, I just do it all on Sunday. And I try to get it all done. And I don't. I end up not getting it all done. I get most of it done, but not all of it. Like you walked in and I was like, oh, sorry, I haven't vacuumed.
I didn't notice.
I know. She didn't notice. But in my head, I'm like, it's so visible. I'm freaking out.
Meanwhile, I'm like, oh, I can't manage to get anything organized or my ducks in a row. And so that's really a big focus, I think, for 2026 for me, is really working on not only keeping my home like clean, but making sure that it's like not messy and it's more organized, and that I'm more organized in the way that I attack things. So I do like, the reason I do a really good job of folding my clothes is because I'll watch a movie while I do it, or I'll do whatever, and then they're in the basket, and I'll be like, oh, I have to like work on the hang up stuff. I'll look at it and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
I'd rather.
I
hate the folding stuff.
I don't mind the folding. And so like I procrastinate on one thing or the other usually, where it's like I don't want to hang the clothes up or I don't want to fold the clothes. I'll be cool with like putting away like socks and underwear and all that stuff, but I don't want to put away everything else. It's like such a weird scenario where I struggle to get it all done. And I think that I really need to like take the time to commit to myself, where it's, you already did the hard part, just finish the task. Right. I really want to get better about finishing what I started, because a lot of the time I'll like fold the clothes and then I'll put them down and then I'll like wander off and start doing something else. And then those clothes will sit in that basket until they're all either actually dirty or mystery dirty, where they've been out so long you can't tell if they're clean or not. And you're like, I'm just going to rewash them because there's not a chance that I'm going to guess. And they've already been sitting in a basket for so long, they're kind of dirty.
I do the thing where I just leave it in my dryer. I continuously, and then I'm sifting through it throughout the week, trying to find what I wanted to wear. And I leave it in my dryer. I'm like, that's where you stay.
This is where you live. I know that I have all this space and it's I've organized it so well for you.
And I've crashed out. Like I'll like I did like 3 loads of laundry yesterday. And then I was burnt out of laundry. So then I had one more to do and I put it off yesterday and now I'm doing it today. If I had just done a load during the week, we wouldn't be in this predicament.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I think that the house thing is going to be lingering with me for a very long time. I feel like I just need to take the little steps. So I think that's why I feel comfortable with committing to just making sure that like the house is like fully cleaned and organized one day a week. And that also comes with the caveat that before the new year starts, I really need to get all my ducks in a row. And like, as you know, I'm putting in that Murphy bed, so we're swapping the rooms. So it's almost like we're moving. So we're doing the work to go through all of our crap,
which is
and
good.
Get rid of stuff. Thank goodness.
You'll feel good when it's done.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to feel so good. But it's a pain in the butt to like think about actually having to do it. But the whole like idea is that I need to set myself up for success. So in order to set myself up for success, to have, you know, a neat and organized home once a week, I need to actually get to square one in order to be able to continuously do it, because if I never make it to square one, I'm never going to be able to move forward. I'm never going to be able to get to where I want to go because I haven't ever been there.
Right.
Where I feel like I have a room that we just throw shit in because it's easy. And no, it's two of us that live there and we don't need every room.
That's what my closet's for.
And we don't have closets. Well, we have tiny closets.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really want to focus on how am I going to set myself up for success in order to achieve what I want to. So when I think about the aspects of like taking care of the house, the first thing that I need to do is get myself to square one. So when we pull out all of the furniture and we swap everything and we change everything up and like we're getting rid of stuff and we're doing all of that, when I do that, that'll hopefully get us to that square one where I want to be. And then I can actually effectively decide, yes, I can actually attain this goal because I've set myself up for success. Where I really struggle with setting myself up for success. I love making like plans and I love, the idea of doing things, but I really struggle with setting myself up to be able to actually do it. Where, like I said, for this one, it's getting to square one of like everything in the house looks great and everything has a place, which I struggle with finding a place for everything. But
yeah, I guess, yeah, I think being organized is probably a good goal to set. Like I could be more organized on certain things, like especially in my closet. That thing's a mess, but it's like everything else is clean except for that closet.
I'm not gonna lie, if I were you, I would just leave the closet alone. I'd let myself have it. If the rest of my house looked like yours, I would just let myself have the win. I'll take the W.
I guess maybe that's the other thing. I should be more approving of the things I do actually accomplish.
Yeah, you can focus on taking the wins when you get them.
I do.
I think that's an awesome New Year's resolution. I think that I could also really benefit from that. Because I feel like every year I go to set a New Year's resolution, I get really down on myself when I don't do them.
Yes. Yeah. You got to be kinder to you. I think that's my other thing is I want to be able to be more kind. Like, not that I'm not kind, but I want to be kind to people, but in a way where like I'm not like somebody's doormat. Like because I feel like I've done a lot of that in the past where I've just been like kind to people and then people abuse it. And then I'm like, well, now I feel like shit. So I want to feel good about being nice to people, but I also don't want it to go to waste.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think that you'll definitely benefit from setting like strong enough boundaries to say, hey, like I will not be talked to that way. I will not be treated that way.
Yeah.
But you can also do it in a way where you don't give up that you're a good person and like a kind person. And just because sometimes you might be mean to someone who deserves it doesn't mean that you're not inherently a kind person. It just means that you're not going to let people harm you because they think they can walk all over you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like one of my personal growth. I need to do the boundaries, but stick to it because I feel like I'm just teaching people how to not treat me if I just don't stick to it.
I actually do have a book on boundaries my therapist gave me.
Do you?
So like I can give that to you.
Oh, jeez.
You can read it. It has activities.
That'll be one of my resolutions on things I gotta do. Read that book.
Honestly, it was a great book for me to read. It definitely like was really eye-opening, and then it gives you activities at the end of each section.
Ooh.
Where you like answer questions and
keep
do
yourself
stuff.
Entertained. That'll
Yeah,
do it.
so like basically you apply what you read, but it's an actual book. It's not like a textbook.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that helped me a lot because it was like a guidance that I didn't know where to get it from. Like I couldn't give it to myself out of the gate.
But I do want to focus on at least exercising 30 minutes a day. I want to drink more water. And I do want to plan my meals ahead of time because half the time that's the problem is I get home and I have nothing planned.
I know for a fact that I would be terrible at meal prepping because I feel like I eat something different every day and I don't want to eat the same thing. I get really disgusted super easily. I I could do things like I could like make a chicken for dinner one night and then the next day have something with chicken. But then the next day I'd have something else with the chicken. I am not the type of person who can eat the same thing all at once. So I think that that's like I like really struggle with saying like, oh, I'm definitely going to be able to like meal prep. Like my ex used to meal prep all the time and it was really disgusting. Honestly, it was like boiled chicken and like no seasoning and like rice and broccoli, no seasoning ever. It was honestly so disgusting. And so like I had this vision for a long time that like meal prepping had to be like a punishment. But I think that my version of meal prepping would be more just like planning.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to eat the same thing every day. I won't do it. I know
I
I
will
won't.
for lunch. I know I can for lunch. It's dinner. I'll eat something different every day, but I got to plan ahead for it.
I will say I can do like similar breakfast. I can do the same lunch, just like you said. Because like if I do like similar breakfast where like one day I have like a breakfast sandwich and the next day I do like eggs and whatever meat and like potatoes or whatever, I can do that. But I just can't have just like the same boring meal every single night.
Yeah.
I just won't do it. I won't eat it. I'll just be like, well, be a real shame if I starved myself instead, because I will.
It would suck if I went to bed without eating dinner.
Yeah. Like,
and I have done that because I'm like, I don't want what I made.
I've done that so many times where I'm like, or I could just not eat. And it puts me in that like caloric deficit and all that BS. But then it's not good for my body. It doesn't feel good long term, even if it feels good in the moment, because you're like, well, I mean, look at me, skinny girl. Right. But it's just not like a good thing to get in the habit of. So I think that I'd also really like to plan a little bit better. I think that overall I eat like mostly healthy. I definitely want to cut back on like how much I go out. I feel like because I go out a lot, I tend to drink more. And I think that that's where like most of my unhealthy habits come from. And I feel like this past year I've cut back from the year before, which is really good. And I'm super happy about that. I guess that is a New Year's resolution I stuck to, is that last year I wanted to cut back on drinking, and I have this year. It's not perfect by any means. It's not that I'm not doing it at all. It's not that I'm not still going out a decent amount, but it's definitely a lot less than it was. And this coming year, I really do want to limit myself a little bit more than I did last time. I always try and do like dry January, and January is unreasonable for me to do it. There's so many like birthdays and events and like things we have going on that every time I'm like, oh, well, I mean, I did it in like 2022, 2021, one of those years where it was like the pandemic. So it was like fairly easy because I wasn't going out or doing things. And it's like, yeah, I know that I can do it, but I just don't really want to. So last year I was like, I just want to do a drier January. I want to just drink like less and like set myself up for more success, because if I drink less early on, then like I feel less compelled to like go hard when we go out. And I mean, I'm at the point where I'm kind of like, I don't even really want to go hard when we go out.
No.
But, you know, it's kind of interesting because like I think that that's like the most unhealthy thing about my like lifestyle in general with like getting healthy is just like the drinking, where because I eat mostly healthy. Like I don't really have many qualms about how I eat. Like when I go out to eat, do I have, you know, whatever I'm in the mood for? Absolutely. But when I'm eating at home, I eat really well. And I think that that's also part of it, is like the commitment to only going out to eat like once a week, maybe twice a week at the most, because I think that's when I like go off the rails, because I'm like, I should be able to have what I want when I'm going out and paying for it. Like if I'm going to have someone else make me a meal, I'm going to get exactly what I want.
Yeah, not something I can make at home.
But I think that I really need to, in order to be healthy, I really need to commit to going out less and like drinking a little bit less, because everything else I feel like is pretty good for me. But I would like, that does come with the caveat that I have to plan better, because if I don't like take like the meat out for that I froze for making a meal, then it's like, be a real shame if I just went out and got whatever I wanted.
Yeah, I'm bad about that. I gotta find a way to like try to remember to do that, but also have a good fallback in case I don't. because I know I'm not capable of always getting like the chicken out of the freezer or in time.
I feel like one thing that's helped me in the past is like having like chicken that's like already frozen that you can just like pop in a pan or something can kind of help, I think. Or like I have like there's like little stuffed chickens that I like that I buy sometimes at like Aldi and stuff where they're actually affordable at Aldi. I feel like at other stores they charge them for like $10 for two, and that's just way too much money. But
Yeah.
but like having like something like teed up where you're like, oh, I messed up, but I need to eat something, and I need to eat something that's sustainable for like my body. I think that I really want to focus on like making sure that I'm like making choices that are like going to make me feel good long term. Like when I like did this experiment when I was on my period where I was like eating steak in the morning because I always have really bad steak cravings. And so I was eating like steak and eggs and like maybe sometimes potatoes, but specifically like the focus was that I was having like a ton of protein in the morning and it was making my day go so much better. And I was like so much like mentally better. And it's like, I want to try and like draw on my experience of like what makes me feel good to then implement like what I'm going to do as New Year's resolutions coming up. So like if I know that like having inordinate amounts of protein early in the morning really sets me up for success, I really got to focus on like that and like knowing what's best for me. Where like I think that, you know, the other aspect is like I just need to be more active in general.
Yeah. Like, well, we were talking about it. Like, I want to do something I'm excited to do later. Like, we talked about when I move, there's a place that does that adult tumbling that we were wanted to go try. I think that would be good for us. I mean, we might break ourselves, but I'm excited. I'm excited to do it. I want to do it.
I'm really excited to try it, and I think it'll also really motivate me to like want to be like in better shape because I have to be.
Yes.
Because like don't get me wrong, I can still like do a cartwheel, but could I do a handstand right now effectively? Probably not. I don't have the core strength. But if I was working toward, you know, getting, you know, I don't know if I'm ever going to be as good as I once was, but just getting to like a normal place where, you know, I can do some of the skills that I used to be able to do. I definitely would have to like work really hard to like be stronger and, you know, be in better shape. And I think that that's going to like really influence me to commit to that because I love it so much.
I know, I loved it. And I loved doing it. And I was excited when I'd land something or get something and it felt like all the hard work paid off. So I think that'll be exciting for us to go and do maybe at least once a week and try it out, see how we do. And then if we really like it, we can continue to do it. But I think I'll end up really loving it. I think I trained my best when I was working on something. And there's always something to work towards. I've never hit a point where I'm just like, oh, well, I've done it all. I have not. There's always something else I can try next. Or
yeah,
it's exciting.
I definitely want to do that. And I also want to like really try and commit to actually doing Krav all the time because I do the thing where like I cram it all into one like short time period. And it like is really hard on my body. Like I feel like shit afterwards. And really if I would just do like, because they always are like, oh, if you come 2 days a week, you'll get all your days in. And like, I'm always like, yeah, whatever, guys.
Which isn't bad.
It's really not bad at all. So I think I really want to commit this year to trying like a ton harder. Like if I am in town, I need to do at least 1 day per week, but ideally do 2. And I want to like stay for all the classes. So like recently I've been like going, but like I'll stay for like 1 class. And there's different types of classes you can take. So like at night I want to take like 2 classes. And then on like Saturday mornings, I want to take the 3 classes that they offer. And then
How
that
long
way,
are these classes?
45 minutes. It's not bad.
Per class?
Yeah.
All right.
It's not terrible, but it's like, I think that I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm like, if I'm not getting credit for it, I don't want to stay. But I think that I'm like starting to get to the point where I'm like, okay, this is like really what I want because I actually like, I'm so sick of like cramming all this time in and like, I know I do it to myself and I know that that's like, it's like ingrained in my personality to procrastinate, like we're talking about. And so I really want to work on not being a procrastinator in that sense too, where I think that I can definitely commit to 1 day a week and then I will plan for 2 days. And if I if I mess it up, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal because I won't have to cram it all into like the last week. Like this week, I have to do 4 classes in a week, and I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to have to cram it all in. But guess what? I'm gonna do it. And it sucks. But I think that long term is also gonna like help me be in like better shape and like do more to like make myself healthy. Cause like I think that the general activeness and like committing to it, because I'll either be like at a straight up like plateau where like I could not be bothered to like move at all, to like I'm gonna do everything, like I'm going on walks every day and I'm doing all this stuff and I'm going to 5 craft classes in a week because I have to make up for it and I have to do all these things
really high, or I'm really, really low.
Yeah, and I want to be like a stable, steady, consistent person. And I think that I really have to consider like how I'm actually going to get there. And I think one of those big things is just like okay, so what am I really am trying to reflect on what I'm doing right now. So what I'm doing right now that's working but not really working for me is me trying to like cram all these classes in at once. And it sucks and it hurts my body and I feel like exhausted. So I really want to do like, okay, so I'm going to look at it and say, I'm going to do the 2 classes. I'm definitely committing to 1. Because then if I do have to make up for it, at least it's not crazy. But I want to start small because I haven't ever, there have been like a handful of times where I've like been pretty good early on, but then like I fall off toward the end but I already have everything I need. So I'm not worried about it. So I really want to like work on being very consistent and like making myself a good schedule for like being active and being reasonable with myself, because I think that I always am like, I'm going to walk 4 miles every single day and I'm going to do some sort of workout every single day and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And it's like I overwhelm my system with like just trying to do it and just changing everything about my life to be this healthy person in this ideal state that I think exists, when in reality I just need to do like day 1. Like you're gonna commit better than you did last year, which is the hardest part, is deciding like what you can do immediately in January that you can help yourself with while you also don't overwhelm yourself to the point of you're not able to do it and you crash and burn and you get into that plateau of like, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I think I want to set up a schedule of like workouts that I know I'm capable of, and then like, the gymnastics tumbling thing, like that's going to be, I don't want to add that to the list because I want that to be an exciting, like I'm doing that for fun. I don't want to have it seem like work, but also I think I want to make that schedule. And then I also want to make like side exercises that I feel I can do even if I'm like wicked sick or if I'm tired or exhausted. I want like a list of those exercises that I feel I'm capable of, so that on some days when I can't do it, I at least can do that. Because I feel like if I'm not feeling that exercise that day, sometimes I just don't exercise at all. So
I get that, where it's almost like you can have like a very like light exercise that just like addresses like your whole body, and you're just like, I did something today because like I was so exhausted I felt like I couldn't do anything, or because I'm so sick I feel like I couldn't do anything, but just like a little something that like kind of keeps you in the pattern.
Yeah, to keep my body moving, at least to do something, I think would be beneficial to me, because I find that to be my weakest point, where I'm just like, ugh. And especially with like the menstrual cycle, I feel like there's one week where I'm like, I'm trash. There's another week where I'm like, fantastic. The third week I'm like, I'm in the middle. I'm doing really where I should be. And I don't like that trash week. I'm so sad about it. And then I'm depressed about it. And I'm like, I gotta find a way to get through that kind of week.
Yeah, I really struggle with those weeks as well. Like the week before my period, I turn into a monster. I'm like starving all the time. I don't want to move. Like I don't want to do anything. And then it's like my period comes and I'm like, well, this makes sense. But it's also like, I don't want it to like overthrow all of the good things that I'm doing. Even if like, I really struggle with like taking a day to also be like, it's not happening today and it's fine and I can just continue tomorrow. I feel like I always tell myself, like, you've got to restart. You've got to restart. And it's like, it's not about restarting. It's just about continuing what you were doing and pretend like you can just be like, I missed a day. Shit happens. Things go wrong. I have a really hard time with saying like shit happens and being like, well, everything's shit now. I didn't do anything basically because I messed it up once. And I get like really stuck that way, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I think another thing I wanted to work on for the New Year's is savings. I want to save money to buy a house, to do the things I want to do. I mean, I also want to go on more trips. I want to be able to have the financial stability to go see friends if I wanted to, or go do something if I feel the need or desire to. Like, I really want to work on my savings. It's like, not that it's entirely feasible right now, and sometimes it's just not, but I want to get to a point where it is.
Yeah, I definitely want to get there too, where it's like I want to make sure that I'm getting myself to a point where I know what I need to like feel like secure. And then I'm working toward paying off like debts that I have. And then I'm also working on like saving the money that I need to work toward goals like getting a house or like taking a cool trip. Because honestly, I really do want to travel more. We haven't taken a good trip since 2023. And that was like an amazing trip that like we took and I loved it. But like also we're going on like basically the same trip again this coming year because Jordan's family like wants to do that. And I'm like, that's cool and all. But I also really think that we need to focus on like, hey, like we want to take this trip and we need to plan for it and we need to dedicate ourselves to like taking this trip because otherwise we're never going to do it. Like if we're never planning it, we're never going to do it. We're just going to be like, oh yeah, like we're going to take this trip that like we just took last time. And it's fine because we're going to have a great time. And like we're going to like Glacier and possibly like Banff. And like I loved it there. Like I love it over there.
Places?
In Montana and Canada.
I'm like, where are you?
But you know, those things are like great, but it's also like unless we plan our own stuff, like we're never going to get to go to the places that we want to go to and take the trips we want to take.
Because you're just doing stuff somebody else wants to do.
Yeah. So I really do think that I agree with you where it's like I want to like be able to like take more trips and like go more places that like I'm excited to go and like I want to do. Because if someone else plans it, I'll show up. But I really want to make sure that I'm like I really want to pick a place every year, even if it's like only a weekend trip that we go on to just like go somewhere new and different or like check out a new place instead of constantly like going to the same places over and over again because it's like, oh, that was a cool trip. Let's go on that trip. And it's like, oh, that's cool. But also like, even if we go on a cool trip and someone else wants to do it again, I'm fine with it. But I also really want to pick stuff for myself and like places and like can't do it unless we plan for it and save for it and do all that stuff. And I suck at that where I'll just be like, I just want to take the trip and I'll figure it out later. And I think it would be better if I planned more so financially for the trips.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, trips, I think that's also under my like fun category of stuff I want to do. I want to learn how to cook, which I'm working on. I started working on this year, but I'm still not that good at it. It's a dilemma.
It's honestly, it's hard to learn because when I think about cooking, that's something that I've done basically my whole life. Like I was brought up learning how to make food.
Yeah, it's a project when I do it. It's not like I'm not just like, oh, I'm going to make myself this big dinner and it's going to be easy. It's not easy. I'm like setting up, I'm reading directions. Like it's a project when I go to do it. So that's why I think I have struggled doing it.
No, I get that. I think that it's kind of cool that you like want to learn it though. I think that a lot of the time people accept the skills that they have as an adult and they just accept what kind of person they are and like never want to change it. So I think it's really cool that you want to learn how to like cook even though it's not like your strong suit right now.
Thank you. Yes. I think it'll be beneficial to me. But I also am like, I gotta carve out the time to do it.
I will say I'm very good at cooking already, but I really want to. So last year I set a resolution that I wanted to try a new restaurant every month from like a different culture. And I really want to do that this year. Like I really want to commit to it.
I like that idea.
And it's like, I think it'll like broaden like my horizons of like different food that I want to try. And then I can also like really appreciate like different things. I also want to kind of do it where I pick like whatever food it's going to be for the month, but I also like want to like learn about like the different like cultural aspects of like that country and things like that and like why their food is the way it is because I find that stuff like interesting. So I kind of want to almost make it like an international adventure.
Yeah, why not?
And I really want to do it like once a month. I feel like that's reasonable. I don't want to be over the top and be like, I want to do it all the time because it's just way too much.
Remember back in school when they used to do that like
multicultural festival?
Yeah, and you'd pick a country or whatever and make the food from there and then you'd list all the... I feel like you should just do that and then me and Jordan will come and you can do the presentation.
That would be so fun.
I'll come and try the food you make and watch your presentation.
Although maybe I'll do like a presentation and then we'll like go out to eat because
Fair.
I do want someone else to make it so I know what it's actually supposed to like taste like.
I like it. I say you do your presentation then we'll go get food.
Hell yeah.
I like it.
And then like you can also pick like whatever you want and have it not be like, oh, this is the one thing we have. Good luck.
Yeah. Yep. Try it or don't.
No, that would be fun.
I like
do
it.
A little. This month we're like put it on the TV
I
like
want
a
you to put it on the
presentation.
TV. I genuinely want you to make like a nice display of it.
Like this month we're going to whatever country and then it's like here's where their food comes from, here's all this stuff, and here's where we're going.
Oh yeah, you get to pick the restaurant.
Yep.
Oh
And then I'll put a little QR code up and be like, you guys can look at the menu if you want to. You're not going to know what you want to order, but it's fine. And that way you can pre-order and like you can Google stuff before we get there. Where I can be like, well, I can also be like, this is usually like what they serve. Like this is like a staple. Like this is what this is made of, and this is what that's made of, and this is what it says it tastes like. We're gonna find out.
I know. That'll be fun. I think that'll be cool. Now I'm in on your try new food thing.
Hey, you know what? That only makes me more committed. I do way better with any of my commitments if someone else is relying on me to get it done. That's why, like, I'm great at getting stuff done as long as I know that I'm going to let someone else down if it's not finished.
Well, you're going to let me down if January comes and I don't have a new place to try.
Challenge accepted.
Done. Done.
I also really want to do like more like art, like arts and crafts type stuff because I love to like paint and I love to create things, but I never make the time for it. Even like speaking of creating, like doing a better job of like a couple years ago, I used to like play guitar all the time and learn songs all the time. And I really want to commit to playing guitar more often again.
I like that idea.
We have a keyboard too. Like I want to commit to like learning on it. I've definitely put off like learning how to play it. I have a harmonica. I can literally play country roads on the harmonica and that's it. Which is such like a funny thing.
I'm like, okay.
It was supposed to be really easy. Like I found it online how to do it and I did it and I'd still have to look at it. But you know, I think about how like it's something that for me is like technically easier to learn, but like I really need to like commit to actually like learning and practicing rather than just saying like, oh yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
So I really do want to focus on like making sure like I even like learn a new song like once a week or something, even if it's not a song that I commit to memory, but just getting to the point where I can get through the whole song on whatever instrument I choose.
Maybe I should do that when you do your presentation. I should try and learn a new song once a month on the guitar.
That'd be cool.
And then I'll play my little song right before you do your Jordan's gonna hate us.
He's gonna love it.
He's like, once a month I have to listen to this shit.
You're telling me I have to listen to her play guitar and I have to listen to you give a presentation? What am I, in middle school?
He's going to be culturally beneficial from this.
We're going to be like, maybe we should tell him that his commitment should be that he needs to learn more facts for trivia.
We should have him do one thing.
Yeah, he should do one thing, and we'll figure
forcing
it out.
on him, but he should do one thing where he's trying to learn once a month, and then he'll get to present it.
That would be so fun. Honestly, I think that I'm loving what this is turning into, because then like also this is something that like all falls back on all of us. So it's not just like, oh, and he has to pick something different. So like he can't learn a song once a month. Like it has to be like kind of a reach, I think is what it is. Mm-hmm. Like it can't be something that's like easily attainable, because he could literally learn like a song a day if he wanted to.
He's already good at that.
Yeah.
So he needs to find something he's not that great at.
Yeah, that would be like fun. I don't know what it would be for him. I'll have to ask.
We'll have to ask him later and see what he says.
We'll come update the podcast.
I'm excited to do that once a month. Because I think it's attainable. Once a month, we can do 12. I can learn 12 songs on the guitar.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
You could learn about 12 different cultures and try different foods. Like whatever the hell Jordan's going to do. He's capable of it.
He's capable.
Yep. So,
I'll ask him when I get home.
Yes.
I'll be like, hey, Jordan, I have a question for you.
Yep.
I'm going to like pull up with the microphone and everything. I'm going to be like, speak into the microphone. And he's going to be like, oh, God.
We'll get him to do one episode a month.
Yeah. I don't know what it's going to be, but we're going to.
Yes. I like it.
Find out.
I like it.
Oh, that would also be fun. We could also share it with everyone.
Yeah, that could
if you want to see our monthly.
If you want to know.
Fulfilling at least one New Year's resolution every month. Let us know, because we'll share it with you.
I'm excited. That'll be fun. I think that'll be good.
That's kind of what like I want to bring to like the new year, is like finding things that like make me happy and doing them. Like thinking about this, like I'm not feeling dread about my resolutions coming up, because like, yeah, some of them are going to be kind of like a pain in the ass, where it's like, oh, I like have to like go out less and like save money and like work out, like the boring ones that you do every single year where you're like, these kind of suck. But I like that we're kind of sprinkling in ones that are like fun, things that we can do like on our own. Like we don't have to like leave the house to do it. It also like fills that time, I guess, for me, where it's like, oh, if I'm not going out, like what am I doing?
Right. Yeah. Then I'm just doing nothing. We could fill that time.
Yeah, we could definitely fill that time with better things.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I even think about too, like we always talk about having like theme dinners and like
I would like
picking a movie and doing stuff like that. Like
theme drinks around the movie, or
I want to like really focus on like making like good house hangs, because then like I also won't feel as compelled to go out. I'd really like to still do like, I love going out for a trivia night.
I like our trivia nights. Keeps me social.
Yeah. But it's like, if I went out like a little bit less for like certain things, then like I could like go to like cooler places more often too, because I'm going to them less often. So it's not just like, oh, like we're going to a regular spot, and that's fine. But it's also kind of, you're kind of just like, nah, I could take it or leave it.
Yeah. And I hate that it gets to be like that. You know what I mean? I don't like that it's less like, because I've already gone too many times. I'm over it now.
Where it's like, I would rather be happy that I'm going somewhere and just be like, oh yeah, I love this spot. Like, I'm glad we're going out. Like, I think during the spring, I get like way more hyped to like go out and like drink and have a good time, which I think is where it's really going to get me. Because in the winter, I'll just be like, oh, stay home and crochet, because I need to learn how to make little stuffed animals for my little niece. Absolutely. Of course I'll do that. You want me to go outside in the cold darkness? Absolutely not.
No.
It's hibernation season for a reason.
Yeah, it's dark out.
But once it starts to get nice, I'm going to be like, ooh, you know what it smells like? 3:00 beers on a patio.
I do. Honestly, I feel like that's going to be the real problem. It's like, I love the summer. I'll struggle with the less drinking then.
I think that's part of what makes it so hard when I'm in the South now, is that like up north, it would be cold and rainy sometimes through June. Here, it's like March and it's 70 degrees and you're like, hell yeah.
I don't even know how that is. I'm
Oh,
so excited
the
to
wind in
see.
your hair, but it's like the warm, beautiful breeze, and you're just like, oh, this is the dream.
This is what dreams are made of.
Put a drink in my hand, and I'm going to be living.
Yep.
And so I think that that's like kind of when stuff really will start to like really be tested for me, where I really need to make sure that I'm like still committing and like making sure that, oh, like I can do things, but I can also do them at home
Yes.
instead of constantly being like, I want to go out. But then I get city FOMO where I'm like, but what if I don't live in the city next year? And then I'm just like, I wasted all this time at home. It's such like a catch-22 where it's like, I want to save money. I want to be healthier. I want to do this. But then I'm like, but what if I miss out on my life?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of it's going to definitely be difficult to balance like reaching goals while also fulfilling like what I want out of the city while I'm in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that'll be a struggle, but I'm gonna be living in the city, so I'm sure we'll get our fair share of fun in, and we'll be done with
Absolutely. We're going to live at that dog bar.
it. Yes, we are.
I mean, hey, if I can bring my dog and he can run around and I can have drinks or whatever. I do like that they do little mocktails and like coffees too. So
I
it's
like
not
that
just
part.
because I would go there and work all the time. And it was so nice because then Henry wouldn't be up my butt the whole day
Mm-hmm.
and I would get a bunch of stuff done. But I'd also feel like I was in an environment where I wasn't like cooped up.
Mm-hmm.
So like I would get my like feelings out of like needing to get out of the house without feeling guilty about leaving him in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just, it's honestly,
Need social interaction.
yeah, I need some social interaction, even if it's not like actually talking to people. Like I always used to get out by myself when I first moved here because like I didn't really have any friends. I used to get out on my own. I think it would be good for me to also commit to like leaving the house on my own a little bit more and like doing a little bit more exploring because I feel like I always like wait for someone now to be like ready to do something with me. And I need to get back to a space where like I'm just going to get up and go and that's I can do that and there's
I
nothing
used
wrong
to
with
do
that.
And now I don't do it as much. Maybe I should do that as well. Get up and go and do stuff on my own. Like I already have a list of antique stores I want to go to and places I saw while driving home that I wanted to go try that I'm like, oh, I want to go do that.
Yeah, it's always just so hard because you sit there and you're like, oh, I really want to try like XYZ or I want to do this or I want to do that. And it's always like, oh, I want to do it at the right time. And it's like the right time is now. The right time is literally without anyone.
Always now.
I used to always go to concerts by myself and I used to go on hikes by myself. Although like not
I
to
don't
say that
hike
that's
by
like the
myself.
safest thing.
Yeah,
But
I
I
don't
was
do
fine.
that.
I turned out fine.
You're
It was
fine?
the middle of the day. It was on trails. I didn't get murdered. Not to say that I couldn't have been, but
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't. And and now I can take Henry. So it's like
Yeah.
Henry is a big boy and he can be scary when he wants to be.
Yeah.
He either looks like the cuddliest boy in the world who just couldn't hurt a fly, or he looks like a scary ass motherfucker. So
Well, that's
grateful for the scary dog privilege
good.
for
Yes.
sure. But I think that like, yeah, I really want to like, I feel good when I'm like surrounded by nature. And I think that like I've given up a lot of spending time in green spaces because I live in the city and I'm like, oh, well, they're not close by. And they are close by. You just almost get like city lazy where you're like, oh, 15 minutes, 30 minutes.
I hope I have that feeling when I'm living there because right now I'm like, I hate my drive.
I can tell you right now that you will get so like stuck in your ways before you know it. You're going to end up like us. You're going to be like, no, you come here. And I'll be like, no, you come here.
Oh boy.
What's good is that we have things in like both of the neighborhoods we're going to like live in that like we'll both want to go to and do, which is nice because I think now you kind of like lack that where it's like, oh, everything you have, like I have. And like, we haven't really found like a spot that was like, oh, this is the coolest place.
This
Like, I'm
place
so
is
excited to
cool.
go to it. Where like, I think you're going to have a lot more of those places when you're in the city and you're going to be able to try so many more things. And I'm so excited for you. You're going to be so city lazy.
I'm so nervous. I'm not a city person. I feel like I don't want to let it make me grumpy.
I think that maybe like that could also be added to your list is
Yeah.
to like embrace your change.
Yeah, that should be. I gotta embrace it because I'm already like, as you can hear, I'm already like scared of it.
You're already apprehensive, which
Yeah.
is totally normal and like totally fair. And I think you're gonna love it once you're there. I think
I
that
hope
you're
so.
like literally going to be like, this is what I didn't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I was terrified when I was gonna first move to the city because I was gonna live completely alone, like not have a soul. Like I only had a cat. I didn't have a big scary dog then.
I have a dog. She ain't scary though. She is from. If you don't see her, you can hear her bark. She's scary, but
When she takes food out of your hands, she's also scary.
oh yeah, she did. She looks like a little alligator.
Yeah, she shows like in Finding Nemo, the fish that has like the light on it with like all the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
That's what her teeth remind me of that. Every time
she
that
shows all of her little teeth. To try
she's
and grab
so
it.
gentle too, which is the funniest part. But she just looks like she's just like smiling to like take the food out of your hand, and you're like, oh god.
Yep.
She's so intimidating when you don't know her.
She's so cute.
Like she'd be like, you have snacks, and she shows their teeth, and you're like, oh, are you gonna maul me for my snacks?
She's like, I'm just waiting to chew it. Such a weirdo. Oh boy.
Off the rails once again.
Yeah, but I think
very
that's
typical for us.
Yep, that probably is all of our resolutions, right?
I mean, I feel like also just like circling back, I don't know. I think that one of the things that I really want to be able to do, at least like in my like personal scenario, is that like I always feel like I need like a few drinks to be social with people that like, there's people that like I'm close enough to, like you and Janae and Brittany and like my close friends. I feel like I can hang out and like not drink and not worry about it. But basically with like everyone else, I need to have like a few drinks in order to be like the appropriate amount of social. And I really want to like push past that barrier where I don't feel like I absolutely have to like have some drinks to interact with people, because I get such bad social anxiety that like sometimes I'm like off the rails when I drink, and it's like I never like get to like that right amount. And I really feel like I want to focus on like learning how to like be social and interact with people better. And like not have to rely on the fact that like I've had a couple of drinks and I'm ready to be social.
Right.
I think
right.
I need to like work on that a little bit, because like I'd like to feel comfortable like in my own skin, and I definitely don't know how I'm going to get there. I know that like that's probably a lot of therapy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel like I've been doing that, or trying to do that, work on like less alcohol when I go out. And then, well, what was it, Tuesday? I did no alcohol, and it felt okay. I've been doing sprinkling it in with certain things. So like I don't do it all the time, but I'm slowly like, oh, maybe today didn't really feel it, so maybe I won't. Kind of thing.
Yeah. And I think I could do that with like my close friends, but I don't know about other people. So like I think about how like I always get so awkward and I'm like, I don't have anything to say to you and I don't know how to fill the time, where I'm just going to start to learn how to figure that out, I think, because I think a lot of the time, so like a great example is like I do a Krav Maga class, and when I'm in it, I'm like really like socially weird. But then like when we do stuff like outside of it, I can usually get my shit together because I've had a couple drinks and I'm like, look how fun I am now.
Look at me,
I'm such a fun person. I'm so fun.
I'm so much fun.
But like when I'm in the moment, I'm like, I say like dumb shit, and I'm always like super like socially anxious, and I'm just like, I like freak out almost. And I think I like really want to focus on like being better in like social situations and like remembering how to interact with people and like be cool about it. Because honestly, prior to like living in Nashville, like I just always struggled with like meeting new people and doing new things, and like I'm way better than I ever was before. So I feel like I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, like maybe I can like take a step back and be like, can I be like fun and social with people that I don't really know that well without like having some drinks? Because like I really struggle with people that I like don't know well.
Yeah, no, I agree. I have those moments where I'm just like, I'm gonna get a drink because it's been silent for too long.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, let
I'm
me put this up to my mouth so that way I can just.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable now. I think the last thing I wanted to work on was work on me to make sure I can get the relationship life I want. I think it's like the last thing I want. I think that one will be probably one of the harder ones, but I think, well, we talked about it previously, but in a different episode, but I wanted to really try and work on that. I have to write it down and keep it going, but I gotta figure that out.
I think that that'll be good too, because it's like, I think knowing that you want it is so important, and like letting it be important to you and not feeling like dumb or stupid for being like, this is important to me and I know that I'm on a learning curve.
Yeah.
I think that that's how I feel a lot of the time with honestly everything that we've talked about this episode, is I feel like I'm constantly on a learning curve that I'm like mad at myself for being on. But the reality is that like everyone has the things that they need to like improve on. And it's not abnormal to just accept that it's okay to suck at things or like need to work on things. And I feel like that's something that I could also really work on, is just like accepting that I kind of suck and just doing things to be better.
Yes. Yeah. Like, I'm going to suck at a lot of these things we try, and that's going to be all right. That's going to be the end goal.
The end goal.
Yep.
Try to be better.
And New Year's resolutions done.
New Year's resolutions checked off. So that's about it for this week's episode of Casting It Out. Make sure you follow us on social media at Casting It Out, and listen to episodes wherever you get podcasts.